Today, we're going to be comparing the Hoka Clifton with the Nike Infinity React. Alright, let's start out with the fit of each shoe. So both of these shoes are narrow. I would say the Hoka Clifton is narrow throughout the shoe, but the Infinity React is just narrow through in the midfoot, but then it gets wider in the forefoot. So there is more room for the toes in the Infinity React than the Hoka Clifton. Another thing to note is that the Hoka Clifton has a much better lockdown. It has a gusseted tongue, which means that the tongue is attached to the sides of the shoe, so it really gives a good midfoot wrap. The Infinity React doesn't have that. It doesn't have attached tongue, so it's kind of hard to get a good lockdown over the midfoot. And also there's not a lot of padding around the heel, so your heel could slip out a little bit. When I ran in this, I got a lot of heel slippage, and I think if there's just a little bit more padding around the heel, then they would solve the issue. I had no issues with that in the Clifton, even though there's this heel flare. My heels felt very secure because there's some padding here. Moving on to the midsole of each shoe. So the Hoka Clifton has a much softer foam. So this is Hoka's EVA foam, and it's pretty soft once you break it in. Kind of has that signature marshmallowy Hoka feel that I really love. The Nike Infinity React has React foam, and it's a bit firmer. It's a combination of TPE and EVA. So it's a little bit firmer than the Clifton. And another thing to note is the Nike Infinity React has a much more aggressive rocker, and the rocker is basically how much the midsole is curved. So as you can see, the Nike Infinity React kind of has this curved midsole, and it kind of gives you that rocking sensation from heel to toe. The Hoka Clifton technically has a meta rocker, but it's not as aggressive as the Nike Infinity React. It doesn't have that same rocking chair sensation off the toe. Alright, so moving on to durability. The Clifton isn't as durable as the Nike Infinity React because it doesn't have as much rubber on the outsole. So there's some hard rubber on the forefoot and the heel, but not so much in the midfoot. Whereas in the Infinity React, it runs the whole way. There's tons of hard rubber on the outsole, so it's going to last a little bit longer. And the React foam is extremely durable compared to the soft EVA foam that Hoka uses. I have about 500 miles in my Infinity Reacts, and they still feel good. Most shoes typically retire in between 300 and 500 miles, and given the fact that this still feels good at 500 miles is incredible. I'm already seeing a little bit of wear on the Clifton at about 275 miles, so I expect this to retire around 400 miles. Still durable, but not as durable as the Infinity React. Alright, so now let's talk about how I would use each shoe. So both of these are daily trainers. They're meant for daily mileage. But I would use the Clifton for some hard workouts too, like tempos and fartleks. It's definitely light enough to pick up the pace. It's under 9 ounces for a standard men's size, so that's pretty light for a daily trainer. And it doesn't feel bulky, even though there's a lot of foam underfoot. The React Infinity, on the other hand, I think it's too bulky. I think it's too heavy for doing hard workouts like tempos and fartleks. I think it's great for easy and long runs, but I would not pick up the pace in this shoe. Alright, so which shoe do I prefer? Do I prefer Clifton or the Infinity React? They're both great shoes for daily mileage, but I have to go with the Clifton just because it's more versatile, it's lighter, and it's a bit softer. So it really checks off all the boxes. I can run this on my easy days, my tempo days. It's an absolutely fantastic shoe. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Comment down below with any questions or suggestions as to what video you want me to make in the future, and I'll see you in the next video.